So the two topics for today is sharing the screen la. So the two topics for today is, so first we'll discuss about Compton effect, and second we'll discuss in detail about wave particle duality. Wave particle duality. So now let's do Compton effect. What is Compton effect? So Compton effect is nothing but scattering of electrons and not electrons and photon. So how does this happen? So we have a ray of photon, that is an electromagnetic wave. Let's say this is an X-ray. Okay, so this is an X-ray. So it is a sinusoidal wave and it is traveling in this direction, right? So this is an X-ray traveling in this direction, right? There is a point P on space, right? There is a point P on space such that an electron is traveling along a path to reach P. So electron is traveling in a path to reach P. So this is an electron. Now this photon or the X-ray, right? This X-ray is also supposed to reach this point exactly when the electron reaches. So both are supposed to reach the same point P at the same time. Now this X-ray has an initial energy of h nu. So h nu is the initial energy of the X-ray, right? Now it comes here, both of them strike each other, right? So the electron strikes the photon and the photon also strikes the electron. Now what will happen? Now from the point P, the electron will get scattered in this direction. Electron, this is a normal line, and the photon gets scattered in this direction. Photon moves in this direction, not scattered. Photon gets rebounded and moves this direction. So the X-ray is now moving here. This phenomenon is known as the Compton effect, and what will happen is this X-ray will give some amount of its energy to the electron. So electron will gain energy, and this photon or the X-ray will lose energy. So it will have energy h nu dash. Now h nu is always greater than h nu dash. So this is known as Compton effect. So Compton effect is the scattering of electron and a photon when they collide against each other. So the electron is coming here, the photon is coming here, so electrons get scattered by an angle theta, this gets scattered by an angle phi. So this is known as the Compton effect. So Compton effect भनेको चाहिँ when an electron and a photon collide against each other at a single point, right? The electron gets scattered in one direction and the photon gets scattered in the other direction. So that effect is known as the Compton effect. So this is the scattering. So what is the book definition that is given is the scattering of X-ray. Yes.
The straight out of Compton को spelling चाहिँ
Straight out of Compton त्यही हो, डक्टर रेको एल्बम त्यही COMPTON. So यहाँ book definition चाहिँ के छ भने the scattering of X-ray by electrons with an increase in wavelength is known as Compton effect. The scattering of X-ray by electron with an increase in wavelength. So decrease in frequency means there is an increase in wavelength. So we know that velocity of light. So for this case, we know velocity of light is displacement, that is wavelength, divided by time. So this can be written as wavelength into frequency. So frequency is c by lambda. So first case frequency is c by lambda. In the second case as well, frequency dash is c will always remain constant, and this will be lambda dash. Now for this value to be lower, this value has to be higher, right? If you want the frequency to decrease, if you want the frequency of the photon, that is the light particle, I mean the light, if you want the frequency of this light to decrease, if you want this to decrease, then the wavelength has to increase, the denominator value has to increase, right? So this is the process by which the X-ray is scattered by an electron right, with a decrease in frequency or increase in wavelength. Okay, so this electron is scattering this X-ray or a photon. You can just generalize it by a photon, right? A light ray or electromagnetic wave, whatever it is. Electron is scattering this photon, right, with a decrease in frequency or an increase in wavelength. So if the frequency is decreasing, its wavelength has to automatically increase to compensate for that. Okay, so is there any doubt regarding this? Let me know.
छैन त
Okay, okay. So this is the Compton effect. Then this is the end of the first topic. The second topic is one of the most interesting topics for me. So this is the wave particle duality. This is a fitting end to this chapter. So this is a perfect end conclusion to this chapter. So how can we find the wave nature of a particle and the particle nature of a wave? How can we find the wave nature of a particle and the particle nature of a wave? Okay, so first what we do is we derive the momentum of a wave. Momentum of a wave. Can you give me an example of a wave?
UV.
UV ray, yeah, photon, any light wave, right? So momentum of wave. So now what we know from Einstein's law of energy, we know E equal to
E equals to MC square.
mc square. But if we have a rest mass case, it is m naught. के हो formula? Tell me.
हजुर
अगर रेस्ट मास छ भने what is the formula?
मास 0 भयो हैन रेस्ट E equals to M
No, E square
MC
equal to
square
E square equal to
MC
m naught square C naught to the power
to the power 4
m naught
यसले गर्दा MC हैन MC square whole square
mc square होल स्क्वायर गर्दा हुन्छ तर यहाँ चाहिँ सेकेन्ड आउँछ नि त फेरि अब यहाँ पनि m स्क्वायर c टु द पावर 4 आउँछ नि त हैन किनकि यहाँ वी हेभ
P square, P
रेस्ट मास छ नि त यहाँ त p लेख्दा भइहाल्छ केही प्रब्लम छैन यहाँ p स्क्वायर c स्क्वायर लेख्दा हुन्छ नि किनभने नाउ यु क्यान राइट इट दिस वे एज वेल सो e स्क्वायर इक्वल टु m नट स्क्वायर c स्क्वायर प्लस p स्क्वायर इन्टु c स्क्वायर बिकज m स्क्वायर इन्टु c स्क्वायर इज p स्क्वायर राइट सो m इन्टु c इज p m स्क्वायर इन्टु c स्क्वायर इज p स्क्वायर so what is left m square ubrena so c square is left so p square into c square so this is the equation Einstein's equation with a rest mass. Okay, now what is the rest mass of a photon?
0
0. So E square will be equal to P square into C square. So E equal to P into C. P into C. So we also know that E equal to h nu. Okay, na? So we know that E equal to Planck's constant into frequency of a light, right? So we can equate this as h nu equal to P into C. So we get nu equal to P into C by h. So we get the relation for the wave nature, that is frequency, to its particle nature, that is momentum.
simple, eh?
Simple, very simple. Or you can just simplify this as well. So what you can do is frequency equal to P into C भनेको के हो? C भनेको lambda into frequency, right? Yeah, lambda into frequency by h. So frequency cancel. So lambda equal to h by p. So your another relation, lambda is also a wave relation, p is a particle relation. So lambda equal to h by p. So these are the two ways you can relate the wave nature with the particle nature. So how can you find the momentum of a wave? So if you have a wave of wavelength lambda, right, h is a constant, you can always take h value, it has a constant value, you can find the momentum. So if you know the wavelength of a wave and you know the h, so we can easily find p. So p equal to, so momentum of a wave is h by lambda. Very simple equation. So this is de Broglie's equation भन्छ यसलाई. So d कस्तो हो spelling BROGLIE. So these are all applications of de Broglie's equation. De Broglie's equation gave a relationship between the wave nature and the particle nature of. Yes, Bana.
भनेपछि फर्स्टमा मैले त्यो आइन्स्टाइनको इक्वेसन छ नि फुल इक्वेसन एनर्जीको त्यसलाई मोमेन्टमको फर्ममा लाउनु पर्यो अन्त म त्यो इक्वेसनलाई एनर्जीसँग इक्वेट गर्नु पर्यो त्यो प्लाङ्क कन्स्ट्यान्ट भएको
बुझिन फेरि के रे
होइन फर्स्टमा त्यो आइन्स्टाइनको यो के एनर्जीको इक्वेसन छ नि
Mm.
त्यसलाई मोमेन्टम भएको फर्ममा ल्याउनु पऱ्यो होइन
Exactly. Correct.
सेकेन्ड स्टेपमा यो E इक्वल्स टु प्लाङ्क कन्स्ट्यान्ट टाइम फ्रिक्वेन्सीसँग इक्वेट गरिदिनु पऱ्यो
Correct.
पाइहाल्छ
पाइहाल्छ.
जे खोज्नु छ खोज्नु
Yes, correct. त्यति गऱ्यो भने भइहाल्छ. So this is the momentum of a wave. So you can do this derivation to find how a wave is related to its particle, how a wave shows its particle nature, and how a particle shows its wave nature. So this is very simple. And one more thing is there in this chapter, and it is known as, I think, de Broglie's wavelength for electron. Yes, de Broglie's wavelength for electron. De Broglie's wavelength for electron. So if an electron is moving, so we know the let mass of electron be, let mass be m, let the velocity be v when an electron is moving across a potential of v. So a electron is accelerating through a potential of v. So its kinetic energy half into m into v square will be equal to E into v, electron volt, right? Charge of electron and the potential across which it is moving. So is this statement clear? So yes, okay, so mv square will be equal to 2 into E into v. So is this step clear as well?
Yes.
So what is mv? mv square, what is
Momentum.
m into, yes, m into v equal to 2 into E into v.
Momentum.
P into v equal to 2 into E into v. So this v and this v is different, okay? So this is small v. So cancel करने काम से ऐसा. Exactly. So now we can relate as P equal to 2 into E into v divided by, this is velocity. Is this clear?
Yes.
So this is called the de Broglie's equation for momentum. So now we need to find the wavelength. So how do we find the wavelength? Any idea? How to find the wavelength?
Wavelength.
Yes, wavelength of the thing, your